You're retro trekking with the Caramel Apples podcast, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
It's apple snack time. Coming up.
No, go away, go away, go away. I know I see you. Now go away. Go away, fatty. Go away. I'm recording. Go away. There you go.
Ooh, which one is it?
Fatty.
Oh, he wants to snuggle with his meanie.
Do that for him.
Yeah, because music really is kind of like a soundtrack to your life.
Yep. Hope you're staying cool yourselves with your daiquiris, mai tais, or pina coladas.
Yum.
That's right. And there's a little hint to that last drink, in the mixtape lineup this week.
That's right, because this is Kennedy Rizzo's Beachside Ultra 80s Mixtape Side A.
Bang! Let's caramel dive in. Okay, so here we are, another hot week in suburbia. Actually, it's the cornfield, but whatever. We have to improvise, so work with us here, right?
Yes, as long as you can find a puddle somewhere, we're good.
Oh, well, actually, we have. But there's a little sand beside us this time, so thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can just imagine sticking your toes in that warm sand. Oh, moving them around. It's almost like a little mini massage, right?
Yeah, definitely. And summer that is one of the best seasons going. I know a lot of people they don't feel the same way about it, but it's one of my favorites.
It has its good points. Let's just say that.
Yes, right. That's right. And one of those good points is always the music that makes you think about the brightest and the best times from the nostalgic past.
Yeah.
What made it come alive for us, at least it did for you and I and our girl squad.
Yeah, because music really is kind of like a soundtrack to your life.
Yep.
So when you can, kind of handpick the songs for parts of that soundtrack or for parts of those moments in your life, that's awesome.
That is double awesome.
So many to choose from.
That's right. So welcome. Thanks for joining us today, Orchard Archivers. Hope you're staying cool yourselves with your daiquiris, mai tais, or pina coladas.
Yum.
That's right. And there's a little hint to that last drink, in the mixtape lineup this week.
That's right, because this is Kennedy Rizzo's Beachside Ultra 80s Mixtape Side A.
Bang! But before we get started, we're just going to tell you to hit that subscribe button for all things going down involving the latest escapades here on Retro Trek with the Caramel Apples podcast. Okay. So, let's get started, shall we, sis?
Let's get started.
Okay. So, the first one on my mixtape list lineup is Cruel Summer, Bananarama.
Oh.
Yeah, this song is the bee's knees.
Yeah. I would almost say this is a quintessential 80s sound for a beach song.
Mm-hmm.
It just puts you there. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. You come up with a loss of words describing how much sometimes something is exactly that in music form.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. It also helps that they played it for the Karate Kid as well back in 1984.
Okay, which is interesting that you brought that up because, like, he was kind of like our general idea of cute back then.
Yeah.
So that song in Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio being the head, the little hottie in it. Oh, that just made sense. Like you were like, I want to find him. So I will try not to go too long on this. So one of the pools that we always haunted, or excuse me, frequented, there was a dude there, a young guy. He was a kid like us, but he had on. You remember that coconut Neapolitan coconut candy?
I do. Yes, loved it. Mm-hmm.
Long story short, he had swim trunks that looked like that coconut candy. He kind of had that Ralph Macchio look about him. He was a good looking guy. I don't know. I mean, we never talked to him or anything, but
I
he was at the
totally
pool.
remember this person you were talking about.
Do you? Oh,
I do.
he was like the sunshine itself. It was just like, who is that?
That's right, because there was a whole crew of us and the girl squad that were at the pool that day.
That's right.
And I think we actually saw him there a couple, 3 times.
Yep, yep.
And this one day in particular, there was probably about 4 of you that were like, ah, who is that?
We were ate up. Yeah, he was good looking. Man, it's like he made that blue sky bluer.
Oh, I love it.
I do too. Okay, so song number 2 on my mixtape.
What you got?
Let's go for Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, which, again, that was my first cassette tape purchase ever.
That's right.
We're going to go with a kind of a slow song of theirs for this lineup, and that's Words Get in the Way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We thought we were grown. We were sitting there like, oh yeah, in our little video, our Minds video. Cornball number 9. But that was a lovely song. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? She was your first cassette because you had the full thing. You had the whole cassette. I remember that.
Yeah.
But do you remember that I had purchased the 45 of this? The single.
You sure did. We did have a stack of 45s. That was one of them.
Yeah, yeah. So love the fact that you had the cassette because that was our introduction into buying things like that. But yeah, we were still, cheap as far as what we could buy with our little bit of coin. Got the little album, not the album. What is it? Was it just
the LP, the vinyl?
But it's a single. What was that? It was just single?
Oh, the cassette single?
No, it was the record. What do they call that? Just the 45? Is that what
I think it
called?
was just 45. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
at least
still too much.
That's what worked for us.
Right.
Yes, Words Get in the Way. That was one of our first concerts too. It was by default that we got to go, but like they were actually at our state fair one year and
Yay.
We got to hear it. It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely.
Yes.
Okay, so next on our list is, oh my goodness, this is a good one. We're going to go with a guy this time. So I'll Be Sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Night and Day.
So cool.
That guy was smooth. I don't know. There were some good looking guys back in the day. I don't know if it was just hormones because we were younger.
You know, looking back on things now, I
know, right?
say yes. Definitely, I think that's a big component.
Yeah.
But for the time, it was fun. It was experience. We were growing up, just getting your toes wet. So
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. I don't know, like not everybody was cute, but more people in our estimation was in that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, like even people on TV and in movies, like we had our crushes on celebrities at the time and it worked.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
everybody's older, so it's just kind of like, well, maybe they're still, the nostalgia's there, but you're like, oh, not so much. Turn the page.
And that song that you picked, Night and Day,
Yeah.
that one, his voice had such a range
Yeah. Oh.
that it was like, because we were younger at the time, we thought he was singing with a woman.
Yeah.
He was that high. I mean, he had that much of a range that we literally thought that was a guy and a girl singing. Then we, got a little older, we're like, oh, that is so cool. That's him. So awesome pick there for your mixtape.
Yeah, that boy, that really takes you back. That song really takes you back.
It does. Isn't that the first one we knew of his?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so awesome. So cool.
Yeah. Okay. We are on fire now, so we're going to go to our next song, and that is all right. So this was the hint we got for you Orchard Archivers when we started out, when we were happy that you joined us this week, but we named off daiquiris and Mai Tais, and that last drink was, what was it, Coop?
That'd be, if you like pina coladas.
That song's a poolside, beachside song if I ever heard one.
It is so cool.
I mean,
yes, we love pina coladas.
It's time to have one right now. It's that hot, isn't it, Coop?
It is.
We'll make it
And
happen.
all the better if you can do it at the beach.
That's right. That's right. Which we're glad to do that for the Orchard Archivers this week.
Absolutely. Oh, that is an awesome song. Good choice.
It is. And I think it's baked into a couple of those crazy Adam Sandler movies. I think it was in Grown Ups.
Okay.
And I think he might have eked it in another one of his, and I can't think off the top of my head which one it is, but that is the quintessential 80s type song there.
It really is. Because there's songs that like everybody knows, and that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody probably knows that song.
Yes, we know the song, but I always have trouble figuring out or remember who sang it.
Oh.
And the song is actually called Escape. The Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes.
There it is.
So I'll forget it tomorrow. I'll be like, who sings the Pina Colada song again? Oh, that's right, Rupert Holmes. Okay.
Mr. Holmes.
Good song, though. Good song.
Good song.
All right. And now our last one on our curated list of 5 for the mixtape.
That's right.
And that would be Wham! Club Tropicana.
Oh boy. Now, I'm going to admit that this is not one that I knew.
Okay.
But after you introduced it to me, I absolutely approve of this being on your side A. Absolutely approve.
Any particular reason why?
There's so many. Like, man, the song just it's featuring music. I'm sorry, it's featuring
I hope so.
It's featuring like pool in the video, and just you think Tropicana, you think just resorts or like an island getaway. Like that's what you think of.
That's right. Club Med.
Yes, that's what you think of. So, and the song was really cool, and he's got such an awesome voice, right? He had such an awesome voice.
Undisputable. He is like voice royalty, singing vocalist royalty.
Yes, yes. And he did have the hot factor going on back then.
George Michaels was hot, wasn't he?
He was. He didn't
I,
disappoint on the eyes.
yeah. I remember there was a group of girls in junior high that, we used to go out to the weight room and stuff, and
Yeah.
that was part of our curriculum to, like do stretches and kind of, work out and stuff.
Yeah.
But they'd let you bring in music to listen to. And I remember there were a couple of the hoity-toity alum. They'd always bring, she always brought in a Wham tape. And it was always fun to listen to because it's like, oh my goodness, what we're talking about. But I mean, like, she thought she owned Wham, whatever.
Oh, goodness. She needed to be schooled.
Yeah, big time. But that made that part of the curriculum rather fun and rather nostalgic. It was a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cut away, give you a little break from the norm. Yeah,
Oh,
that's cool.
definitely. Well.
Oh.
Yeah, this was an amazing set of songs going down memory lane again as we lay here at the beachside, like you said, feeling that warm sand between your toes.
Yeah.
But, we're not, as Coop said before, check out Coop's mixtape or Ultra 80s Mixtape Side A. And come back. We've got more coming for you. As the summer bakes us on.
Yes.
As the summer bakes on. Sounds like the brain's already fried. Good grief.
Oh, going the way of the dodo quickly, aren't we? Oh,
yes,
God.
That's right. Sorry. We'll see you next time.
And that's it for this week's Apple Snack. But as you know, there's always more where that came from. So stay tuned. Subscribe, review, and spread the word. See you next time in the Retro Orchard. And thanks so much for listening.